going on, y'all? It's good. It's good. It's good. It's your man Trapped Don. We in here. We in here, cuz. We in here. Yeah. Welcome to the Zone 864 podcast, the in the car edition, the in the car running errands edition. Wednesday evening, November 17th, 2021. Hope you guys are having a good day, a great day. Hope you guys are having as good of a day as you could possibly have today. We lost young Dolph today, and I hope you guys can hear me. Hope you guys can hear me fine because I'm on this Bluetooth, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we lost uh, young Dolph today, shot down in Memphis, Tennessee, in his hometown. Rest in power to young Dolph. Rest in power to young Dolph. Such a sad situation, such a tragic situation, man. So young, 36, 36 years young. So young, man. Tragic situation, man. I saw DJ Paul post something on his Instagram, and I'm like, what? It was, basically saying something about young Dolph passed away, and I'm like, nah, that ain't true. That can't be right. Because at the time I wasn't seeing it everywhere. When somebody passed away, somebody get killed or something, everybody quick to plaster the RIPs and all that kind of stuff over social media. You know what I mean? But in the case of Young Dolph, he's not really a mainstream artist like that. So, it took a little bit of time for the word to get out there. But yeah, man, that's such a tragic situation. Young Dolph was one of my, I don't want to say favorite artists, but he was an artist that I was rocking with. I like some of his music. Uh, I liked his grind as an independent artist. I liked his mindset as far as you know building from the ground up and necessarily not necessarily being a part of the conglomerate machine. And I might do another broadcast later this evening or possibly this weekend about that. But I just want to say that at the top of the podcast before I go into what I'm talking about. Rest in power to Young Dolph. So the title of this podcast, Road Rage with Peg Leg. I'm not going to be on here too long. I'm going to try to make this brief as possible because I don't like talking and driving at the same time, even though it's all hands free. I like for my attention to be on the road. I'm a very careful, cautious, conservative driver. Um, yeah. So anyway, so it's about 5:30 p.m. over here on the West Coast, over here in Arizona. I'm driving through some Indian Indian land right now. Driving through some reservation, through reservation. Yeah. Uh, so where I live at, I live right off the highway. I live right off the highway. Now, I leave my house probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Get in my car. Um, the area that I live in, hold on. Okay. The area that I live in is typically busy. The street, well, that whole area is typically booming with traffic between the hours of 3 and 7 because number one, it's right off the freeway, right off the highway. Number two, there's a few schools in the area. Number three, people are getting off of work between the hours of 3 and 7. So it's jam packed with traffic between the hours of 3 and 7 on this road by where I live. I leave my house and I take a side street or a little shortcut street to a Chevron gas station that's right around the corner from my house, my spot. So you can, because it's a residential area, you can only drive about 25 miles an hour on this side street. Now, on the main streets, you can drive about 45 miles per hour, 45, 50 miles per hour. But remember, between the hours of 3 and 7, these roads are typically jam-packed with traffic. So, in reality, if you're driving in that area between 3 and 7, you probably can only go between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Now, I live in Arizona. Many of you know this. Many of you don't know this. Because I'm simulcasting live on Facebook. Most of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook, most of them are friends, family, associates. They know this. They know where I live. It's on my Facebook page. I'm broadcasting on YouTube as well. So the people on YouTube may not know. But I live in Arizona. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. More specifically, Scottsdale, Arizona. So in Arizona, it's not called the Valley of the Sun for no reason. When they say it's the Valley of the Sun, it's the Valley of the Sun. When the sun is out, it's out, whether it's summertime or wintertime. Now, the most accidents happen in the state of Arizona 2 times a day: sunrise and sunset. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. Because in sunrise, the sun, when it's rising in the east, if you live, let's say, on the west side of Phoenix, you're gonna be driving east towards central Phoenix because a lot of people work downtown Phoenix. A lot of people tend to work opposite of where they live. So if you live in the west side of Phoenix and you're going to work in the morning, chances are you're probably headed eastbound. Chances are the sun is probably out, bright, it's shining, beaming. When the sun shines here in Arizona, it's not like anywhere else. That's why I have to wear my shades a majority of the time, even in the wintertime, because the sun is so bright. Now, when I go back home to Greenville, South Carolina, that's where I'm from. When I go back home, see, I don't have to wear my shades as often because the sun is not as bright there. But for the most part, I have to wear my shades 90% of the time when I'm outside during the daytime. And I've been living over here in Arizona since 2007. So even me living over here for 13, 14 years, my eyes have not adjusted to how bright that it gets here. Um, With that being said, if you're driving east, you're driving into the sunlight. And unless you have your shades on, your sun visors down in your car set to the right angles to block out the sunlight, chances are, if you're really not focused, because there's a lot of traffic in Phoenix. There's a lot of. It's not quite as bad as Atlanta, but there's a lot of traffic in Phoenix in the mornings and in the evenings. Phoenix is a relatively big city, and it's only getting bigger and more populated and crowded year by year. Again, if you live in West Phoenix and you're headed eastbound in the morning for work, chances are you got to have your sun visor, your sunshade. You got to be set right. Otherwise, there's a high probability that you could get in a car accident. Now, if you are, and even if you don't live in West Phoenix, if you're driving into the sunrise, there's a good chance you're gonna have your sun visors fixed and your shades on to get the best possible view of traffic in front of you. Because when the sun comes out over here, the sun is bright. It is bright. If y'all ever come to Arizona, if more specifically Phoenix, you'll get a taste of how bright the sun is. That's why it's called the Valley of the Sun. Okay, in the evening times when people are getting off of work, you're driving directly into the sun again because the sun's setting in the west, and again the sun is bright. So same situation. So anyway, um, so I'm leaving my house on the way to the Chevron gas station. I am turning right into the Chevron parking lot. Now, as I'm doing this, okay, I'm only going about 20 miles per hour at the most. Now, something happened. I was going to turn into the parking lot. Something happened in front of me very abruptly with a vehicle. So I tapped the brakes. But I didn't put on my turn signal because the situation that happened with the car in front of me, it happened a little bit sooner than I was going to put on my turn signal. So once I got up on the entrance to the Chevron gas station, I just went ahead and made the right turn into the parking lot. And I was in the right to do so because I was in the right lane, making a right turn into the parking lot. Now, unbeknownst to me, because I'm not paying attention to what's behind me. Now, when I'm driving, a lot of times I will pay attention to what's in front of me, what's beside me, what's behind me by using my peripheral vision. It's better to use your peripheral vision than to actually turn your head and look. There's this Ford Explorer SUV behind me, and I'm thinking that it's a cop behind me because, you know, the undercover police, they use Ford Explorers sometimes. This dude is right on the tail end of my car. We both turned into the Chevron parking lot. As I turn into the parking lot, it's basically like I'm doing a U-turn. So I go from driving eastbound to making a U-turn and facing westbound. The sun is setting. This is why, you know, I brought up the sun. The sun is setting when all of this is happening. So as I'm pulling up to a pump, there were these people that just sporadically just walked across the parking lot, not really looking to see if any car is coming. So, you know, I step on the brakes to let them pass, and this man is behind me still in this Ford Explorer. Needless to say, we're both going to get gas. I then pull through the gas pumps and I make another U-turn. Now I'm facing eastbound again in the direction that the sun is not setting. I pull up to the pump, turn off my car, um, and I'm looking in the gear shaft area for my debit card. I did not get out the car right away. And hold on now. Okay. And so when I get out the car, I'm not paying attention to who's around me. But I guess the guy in the Ford Explorer is also getting gas. But he is parked diagonally adjacent to me. So I'm at a pump and he's at a pump diagonally. I get out the car and it's before I even close my car door, I hear, "You need to learn how to use your turning signal." Now, I have my shades on like I have right now when I got out the car. Again, I always have my shades on. Needless to say, the man was white. This man was a Ken. He was a Chad. So just like how we call white women Karens when they get out of control, I call the white men either Chads or Kens. You know what I mean? When they start acting like a Karen. So this dude yells across the parking lot. He says, uh, "You need to learn how to use your blinkers, man." And I guess the reason that he's saying this is because before I turned into the Chevron parking lot again, something happened in front of me very abruptly with a vehicle. So I had to tap my brake so I don't hit the car in front of me. But this guy was so close on the tail of my car that I guess he almost hit my car. And it upset him that I didn't put on the blinker because the situation happened in front of me very abruptly, which I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and make the turn. Most people probably wouldn't have put on their blinker. And I'm pretty sure there's been hundreds of thousands of times where you're making a turn and you don't put on a blinker, especially if the person isn't that close behind you. I'll take off my shades now because it's starting to get dark. The sun is actually setting. So anyway, I hear the dude, but he don't see that I see him because I have my shades on. I got out of the car and I ain't say nothing to him because you see the thing is nowadays people are too eager to start confrontation. So I don't talk to people. I don't talk to people. And I know, and I'm not a person that has anger issues, but I know that when my temper flares up, I'm gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick. I'm gonna go from 0 to 100 real MFing quick. And I'm 33 and I'm not out of shape. So if you come at me crazy, then it's going to end bad for both of us. You're not about to do something to me, and I'm not going to do something to you back. It's going to end crazy for both of us. I am a person that returns energy. If you give me crazy bad energy, then I'm going to give it right back to you. The art of war. You can't do nothing to me that I can't do to you. So we can be kind, courteous, and nice, and keep the energy good. Or if you want to take it there, we can take it there. because I will make time for you. And this is what I try to tell my daughter is that, you know, when people come at you a certain kind of way, you can't back off. You can't shy off. You got to return that same energy. You think you're going to come at me? Well, I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you because that's the type of time that I'm on. You know, you can't just let people come at you any kind of way in these particular times, especially if they're white. Especially if they're white. Hold on. Shopping cart in the way. Telling y'all there always be some weird stuff. But anyway, back on subject because I'm gonna have to get off this live soon. But anyway, this guy yells across the parking lot, "Hey, hey man, you need to learn how to use your blinkers." Mother sucker, I know how to use my goddamn blinkers. Need you to tell me I need to use my blinkers? I know how to drive. I ain't been in no accidents. Ain't getting no speeding tickets. Ain't getting no traffic citations. I know how to drive, fool. Need you to tell me how to drive? Okay. So anyway, after this dude gets done making a clown out of himself in the parking lot, you see, he went in the store to pay for his gas. I just used my card at the pump. So again, I had my shades on. So I sized him up. I watched him when he went from his Ford Explorer inside the gas station. And then I watched him when he walked outside the gas station back to his car. Now, when he was walking back to his vehicle, when he was walking inside the gas station, I noticed something. The dude he wasn't out of shape, but he was husky. Hold on, let me just sorry, I don't know what just happened. All right, anyway, the dude was kind of husky, but I noticed that he had a prosthetic leg. He had a prosthetic leg. So in my mind, okay, and I also want to bring up this before I continue the story. So last week, there was an incident probably about 40 minutes away from where I live. There was an incident where a road rage incident where one person was killed in a road rage incident. I guess it was a person that was driving too close behind a person because the person behind the driver wanted the driver to go faster. So you know how like when people are behind you and they want you to go faster, they'll get right up on your tail to try to force you to go faster. Well, I guess the dude that was in front of the driver that wanted to go faster wasn't having it. So the dude at the light, so the dude that was at the light, the driver that was at the light, got out the car and started walking to the driver that had basically been on his behind, tailing him so close. You know, because that agitates and it irritates people. Um, Needless to say, long story short, the driver at the light that got out of his car ended up losing his life. And another person almost lost their life um, in that incident because the driver, the person that was behind the driver at the light, I guess, was shooting all crazy, and a stray bullet almost hit a family, and the driver of that vehicle almost lost their life. Uh, it was almost a headshot. It was crazy. And you know what I mean? Like, I saw that story. I actually read it on social media before it actually hit the news over here in Phoenix, Arizona. But when this man was yelling at me because he said I should have turned on my blinker, and again, when in Arizona, when that sun is setting, man, I'm telling you, it causes a lot of confusion. It's very bright. It's hard to see, even if you have your lights on, because it's that bright. So he was probably frustrated that the sun was going down and there was chaos and in that small area that we were in. But I had to laugh at myself when I got back in the car because I'm like, this dude, and over here, Arizona is the Wild Wild West, so it's an open carry state, and you don't have to have a license. I believe you don't have to have a permit or a license to carry a firearm as long as it's holstered on your hip and it's visible to the public. Many people walk around with guns over here. Like, you would think it's the 1800s. This is the Wild Wild West. Everybody got guns over here. Everybody, your pastor probably got 4 or 5 guns. Everybody got guns over here. So for the mere simple fact that I know that, I don't be messing with nobody. Even if I am ticked off or whatever, I do not mess with nobody. I mind my business. I don't be trying to get up on nobody and roll down my window and all that crazy stuff. I don't do that. I mind my business. The only thing I will say that I don't do is if the speed limit is 45 and I'm going 50, I'm gonna stay going 50 on your ass. Just because you want to go 65, 65, 60, 65 miles per hour on a road, you know what I mean, with the speed limit is 45, you're not about to pressure me into getting no ticket just because you want to be speed racer and you want to go 60, 65 miles an hour on a road where the speed limit is 45 miles per hour. But I started thinking, I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing wrong. I'm a good driver. I don't drive fast. If I'm running late, I still drive the speed limit. I might go 5 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles over, 10 miles per hour over if I'm on the highway. But if I'm running late, I don't get on nobody's bumper and try to force them to get over and try to bob and weave through traffic. No, if I'm late somewhere, I'm late. I'm just going to have to be late. I'd rather get there late and safe than late and with the ticket, or late and get in an accident, or late and get in an accident and lose my life. And I don't got time to be dealing with car insurance and taking pictures and dealing with claims and dealing with all this stupid nonsense that come with getting in a car accident. So it just baffled me that this dude over here, he got a prosthetic leg, and if I really wanted to take it there, I could have went over there and really effed him up. You're already at a disadvantage because you got a prosthetic leg. I'll kick that leg down and have your ass laying and rolling on the ground. I'll come over there and kick the shit out of your leg and how you laying and rolling on the ground and how you looking stupid because you want to yell across the gas station parking lot talking about some, hey man, you need to learn how to use your blinkers. I know how to use my blinkers. I got a valid driver's license. I ain't never had my driver's license suspended. I ain't never had no kind of crazy other than speeding ticket traffic citation for making improper turns or improper lane switches or improper turns at a light, whatever. So I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that it's crazy. People will really, 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 really go out of their way to try to get a reaction out of you, even if they're at a disadvantage, or even if they know they shouldn't be saying anything, especially in this day and age. Again, I just mentioned there was a road rage incident last week over here in Phoenix where somebody lost their life because he decided to get out of the car and walk to the driver behind him, and the driver, and he thought he was going to be able to talk to the driver, and that driver ended up taking his life, shot him dead right there in broad daylight on Saturday in a weekend in a very nice suburban residential area. This was not a ghetto area. So you know what I mean? You don't look. First of all, when you're driving in rush hour traffic or you driving in any kind of busy section, first of all, relieve the stress. You know what I mean? If the speed limit is 45, you're probably going to be able to go 25 or 30. If you're on a highway and the speed limit is 65, you're probably only going to be able to go 45 or 40. It ain't that serious, man. It ain't. There's no situation in traffic where somebody should have to get their life taken. And at no point in time should a man that has a prosthetic leg be getting out his goddamn car to tell me that I need to put on a blinker when I was completely in the right of what I did, because he wanted to be all up on the tail behind of my car. That's another rule of traffic. You don't tail people, because you never know if a person is drunk. You never know if a person is just going to swerve, is just going to turn without putting on a blinker. You never drive so close to somebody that if they stop, you don't even have enough time to tap the gas and stop your own vehicle. Now you're in a fender bender and you have to take the time out of your busy day to call insurance, file insurance claims, take pictures, waste time, be late to work, be late to child care, picking up your child, or mess up the mood of your day. There's nothing that serious in traffic that can happen that would make you yell and scream at somebody. Or because this dude had a prosthetic leg and had the nerve to try to let me put on some light here because it's getting dark, and had the nerve to try to tell me, try to talk to me. And again, he didn't even get to see that I acknowledged him because I had my shades on when I got out of my car. So he was looking stupid because he yelled across the parking lot and they ain't even say nothing to him. Because I don't even have to say nothing to you. I'm above you, fool. I'm above you, fool. I'm not about to let you trick me into getting so upset that I'm about to get out here and lose my freedom. Again, I could have kicked the shit out of this dude, prosthetic leg, and have him looking crazy, rolling on the ground, have him all over social media, have myself all over social media and the news talking about a black man assaulted a handicapped man in a gas station parking lot today. You feel me? I ain't even acknowledge the dude. I ain't even say nothing to him. I don't have to say nothing to nobody. Because I know people want to start something. You're a white man, I'm black. In Scottsdale, Arizona. Look up Scottsdale, Arizona on Google and see the average median of how much it costs to live in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's where I live. So if the cops come in a place like that, okay, I already know off rip, I'm going to jail. I'm going to be the one that's the main suspect, even if I ain't do nothing wrong. So by default, because I already know that, I'm not even about to talk to you, man. I ain't even about to give you the time of day. I'm not even about to waste my God-given breath on you, man. And I'm not talking about every white person, but these white people will do anything and everything they can to try to get a reaction out of you, to try to throw off your day, to try to throw you off your square, to try to throw off your vibe. Nah, I appreciate my freedom. I like my freedom. It takes a hell of a lot for me to get, first of all, it takes a hell of a lot for me to just to get escalated where I can't come down. Because I'm trying to have fun in this life. I'm trying to be here to take care of my priorities, my daughter, my family. You know what I mean? I don't want to be locked up. I don't want no problems, no confrontation. So if I'm ever in a situation where I'm in the wrong, I'll say, you know what, sir and ma'am, I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. I didn't mean to do X, Y, Z. I apologize. I acknowledge what I did is wrong. But if you just want to try to start some nonsense out the blue, I ain't even gonna look at you. I ain't even gonna talk to you. So I gotta wrap this up, y'all. I just wanted to share that quick experience. And plus, I haven't gone live in quite a while. Um, this dude really had a prosthetic leg and had the nerve to get out his car and try to bark at me across a parking lot where people was in a parking lot putting gas in their vehicle. This dude actually had the nerve to do that, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, if you don't shut your ass up, I'll kick you in your goddamn leg and have you rolling on the ground, struggling to get up. You know what I mean? I don't feel I don't feel sorry for you just because you got a damn prosthetic leg. I don't care if you went to Afghanistan and got your leg blew off for our freedom. All of that stuff go out the window the second that you're rude to me for no reason. I don't care that that's how you got the prosthetic leg. All respect get lost for you when you disrespectful to me. That's just how I feel about it. I don't care. I don't care what you did to get that prosthetic leg. This dude had. I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, and it's hilarious, man. It's real. I'm laughing more than I'm. You know what I mean? More than the smirk. I'm actually dying laughing in my head because I wish I would have recorded the incident. You know what I mean? But who would have thought that some dude with a peg leg was gonna sit there and try to start some nonsense in the gas station parking lot, man? Nobody got time for that, man. And I know I wasn't in the wrong. And if I was in the wrong, I would have said my bad. I would have yelled across the parking lot, my bad. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I would have acknowledged if I was actually wrong, but I wasn't wrong. So anyway, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the share button. This is the Zone AC4 podcast. It's your boy Trap the Don. Love y'all. Y'all stay up. Be careful. Be safe, man. Take care of your family, man. Be safe out there. Again, rest in power, young dog. Peace.